Hi, I'm Wilkes.
I'm Harlan.
Birdie.
Zen.
And I'm your DM, Shane. Welcome to Venture Forth. Oh, that felt so weird. It is late morning in the southwest corner of Addersfeld. The long eve, the yearly solstice holiday, has just ended, and the Everdawn has arisen, so the sun is now shining in the sky. What little celebration there was for this holiday has passed, but the bitter chill of winter remains. There was some commotion in town earlier, but since then, the city is quiet and apprehensive, a calm before the storm. Following the somewhat vague instructions of their higher-ups, 4 more or less fledgling members of Elbor's most prominent smuggling organization, the DnD crew, make their way to a small building made of stone with a bluish hue. This is a Jelamat's School of Magic. In the lead, with some seniority, is Wilkes, an Earth Genasi. Russ, if you would please describe your character.
Yeah, so Wilkes is a humanoid form, and his skin is almost made of bark and moss and forested materials, and he wears simple leather armor and browns, and almost as if it's been worn, it's been used very well. And if you look close enough, you can almost see like the bark is moving, like little pieces of it are almost shifting. And he has a bow on his shoulder, and determination and annoyance in his step as he moves forward. Come on now, let's hurry up. I don't want to be out here much longer.
Wilkes, you give the door to the school a series of authoritative knocks, but no answer comes. On your heels, Wilkes, is your underling, or in DnD crew terms, your Maquis. Devin, if you would please describe your character.
Yeah, so Harlan is a dwarf, very young, just into adulthood, honestly. They got some wispies. They've really been trying to grow a beard/mustache, but it's, I don't know if you would pity them, but you definitely, when you look at them, it's not coming in well. Their hair's kind of tousled, like maple brown. They're on the shorter side, and they have on this blue robe that definitely probably tried to look nice at one point, but it's very shabby, very patched up, as though they've sewn it themselves. And there's a nice little like ascot not tied correctly. At one point it was supposed to be gold, but it's definitely more mustard yellow and has seen some wear and tear. And then like just plain, really well-worn clothes underneath, and they're just happy to be here.
Bringing up the rear of this makeshift party are Birdie and Zen. Michaelie, if you'd please give us a description of Birdie.
Yeah, so Birdie is about 5'6". She's a half-elvish woman with super tan skin, very scarred all over the place, like she's been out in the elements for some time. She's got 2 long brown braids underneath a flat-brimmed hat that's super old and worn. She's wearing all these like maroons and oranges and like flowery patterns, lots of belts and jewelry and things, and rapier at her side. But the most striking thing about her is she's got a scar on her right side that covers that eye, goes up into her forehead and across her nose and down her cheek. And in the center of that scarring is this pale, milky white eye.
Birdie, you spot an open iron gate hidden behind some hedges on the side of the building. Zen, if you would please describe your character. Maia.
Yeah, so Zen's a dwarf as well, also tall for his race. He's about 5 feet tall. He's a little older. He's not exactly, going through puberty anymore. That ship has sailed. So he does, take care of his beard, which is long and very reddish and has little shiny trinkets braided into it. However, if you get closer, you would notice that they are most likely pilfered from the street and not, in fact, as shiny as it looked. But he's pretty proud of them. And he's wearing splint armor, which is in a was once really nice and now is in a bit of disarray, and did once have some kind of sigil emblazoned into it, but that has kind of been taken off in as best a way as he could. It doesn't look pretty, but you can't tell what it was.
Then beyond the gate that Birdie has spotted, you spot an open hatch that appears to lead into a cellar.
Hey, did anybody see that gate over there?
Ollie, there's also a hatch, I think.
Are we? I mean, okay, I'm not really entirely sure what we're trying to do right now, but if we try and go in through this, like, hedge, maybe we can, like, sneak in and find people?
Do we want to sneak in?
I mean, I don't know.
No. I'm assuming someone will come to the door eventually. Maybe not.
How long have we been out here? Like, how long
Yeah.
have we been knocking?
We
I'm
could
curious,
just
how long
go
have we been
through
waiting?
the gate.
Yeah.
And it's only been a couple minutes. It's been like maybe almost 10 minutes.
Maybe there's another entrance around the side. I don't really
I
want
think
to.
we
Like
should
the
just-
gate. If we go through the gate, that might be a great option.
As you look to this cellar, this stairway down that you can't quite make out the depths of as it becomes dark, you see emerging a lean, ochre-skinned half-orc in finely tailored but not ostentatious dress clothes. She waves a hand, and the brush in front of the gate evaporates. She eyes you warily, as though she can see right through you. If you've come for schooling, you're too late. School is moving, I'm afraid. If you want an adjudication, you can find me in Bradford. As she looks over you, her eyes lock onto Harlan, and her expression softens. But I will be taking on new students.
Yeah, I'm not much for like school. I like books, but I like a very particular kind of book. So
Harlan, please.
what? No, I thought we were answering.
Be quiet.
No, she seems nice.
Be quiet. Ma'am, we're here to we're not on school business. We're here on professional business.
And what profession is that?
I'm gonna flip my hat down, and inside of it, I've got stashed away a necklace that we had previously gotten, and I'm just gonna kind of dangle it on my finger.
The moment it appears, Agella clocks it, and her eyes go from this necklace to each one of you individually, and a look of confusion quickly crosses her face that she then subdues.
Hey.
Well, what do you know?
Like I said, professional business.
I see.
Professional,
We're super professional.
not school.
I hate
Job
school.
stuff.
School is my job, but
Oh.
I take your meaning. What do you know of the task before you?
What do we know?
Yeah,
I'm looking for
W. What W? You know a lot. W knows everything.
I do.
Yeah, he's gonna tell you exactly what we know right now.
I'm trying to find my. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Putting you on the spot.
You can just say what you remember of what you know.
Yeah,
There.
I remember we were just supposed to come here and meet with one of the teachers of this school. Bring them an item.
Important work.
Yes, I was told that the people presenting that to me, and she holds out her hand to take it.
I hand it right over.
She softly takes it from you. I was told that the people who'd be bringing this to me would be very capable professionals.
We are the most professional people you've ever met. Let me tell you, I just saw him get pushed to the floor and then he got back up. And it was very impressive.
I blew people down.
That was also very cool.
Incredibly capable.
If we could just move things along,
So good at walking.
please.
Getting back up from falling may prove to be useful in this.
Been an interesting morning.
There seem to be a lot of those lately. Come with me. I want to introduce you to someone.
Ooh.
And she briskly turns around and begins to walk down the cellar steps.
Oh, follow.
Amazing.
I will follow if we can. The gate was open and all that now?
Yes,
Okay.
well, the gate's been open, but there were previously hedges in front of
Okay,
it
that's what it
that
was.
she has dissipated.
Then yeah,
I
I'll
knew we should
follow.
go down the gate.
Yeah, we should listen to Birdie.
I'm so smart.
Please, maybe less talking.
I feel like if we're gonna work together as a group, we have to open up a dialogue. Communication is important.
I like your Maquis. They're smart.
I just start walking.
Okay. The communication right now is we're moving forward. I like it.
Do you all follow, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
As you walk down these cellar steps, Agella waves her hand, and the doors not only close behind you, but they dematerialize entirely afterward, leaving just a stone ceiling behind you. The steps, however, do not lead to a cellar, but instead proceed deeper and deeper until you reach a tall oak door. Agella opens this door, and the light of day floods inward into the stairwell. As you step out, you are greeted by the smell of horses and hay, and a standalone set of stalls, and the sounds of a busy street. You realize that this stairway has taken you down through the foundation of Addersfeld proper and emptied you out just short of its main gate. Naturally, the stone wall closes behind you with another wave of Agella's hand. Just beyond, brushing one of these horses, is a young, raven-haired human boy, around 10 years of age, in a disheveled brown tunic. "Shoka," says Agella. "Come here. Introduce yourself." The boy scurries over and takes a somewhat sloppy but deep, reverent bow. "Fair blessings upon you. I'm Shoka." Agella looks from Shoka to you, sort of judging your expressions. "Since you've not been informed yet of your task, allow me to explain. You will be escorting Shoka across the battle lines to the Caldorian force occupying Coldcrest Outpost."
Boy.
Wait.
A
I thought-
child.
I thought we were taking something important.
It seems that this child is that thing.
A child's not a thing. That's kind of rude. You're not a thing. He didn't mean that. I'm really sorry.
"That's okay."
I bow super deeply to the child.
He sort of smiles. He turns, but it hides a smile.
I'm gonna just copy Zen, thinking that I guess I bowed to the child. Zen does it, so okay.
Why are you?
Are we bowing?
The right
Why are
thing
you
to do.
bowing?
Are you like a prince?
the
Is that
child
what this
bowed to
is? Are you like a?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
No.
Royalty.
Shoka is a Caldorian-born child.
Okay.
He wishes to return home.
Sure.
Why do we care about that?
Agella casts a look around your surroundings. The street is fairly busy. It's late morning. There is some foot traffic. She pulls from her coat pocket a piece of parchment and a vial of ink, and she whispers something unintelligible into the ink and dumps it out onto the paper. As you see, the paper glitters for just a moment, and then she hands it to you, Wilkes.
I'll look at the.
I'm gonna
Paper.
try to peek under Wilkes's armpit to look at what it says.
Oh, hold it up higher and make it difficult for them to see it. Could you just give me a second?
right, okay.
Damn it. And I'll try and decipher what this paper says.
At first, it doesn't appear like any sort of written language at all, but quickly it seems to respond to your eyes as they cross it.
Mm.
And it says just a single sentence. "This is the child of the Caldorian general, May Iregloom."
All right, well, that makes more sense.
And the rest of you, if you look, this same thing happens. It seems that whatever spell Agella has cast, she has done so in a way that you all are able to read it.
Professional tip. I mean, usually if you dip a pen in the ink, you use a lot less. like if you wanted to copy over multiple things, it might be super helpful to like not dump a whole bottle of ink on just like.
Then I think it's magical. Like I think it's like
Oh,
Could you show me how to do that? That was cool.
it was cool.
Yes, I could do that.
Great.
It would take a little more time than we have, but
Oh.
if you find me in Bradford, I'd be happy to teach you.
Oh man, I got. Okay.
I can tell from looking at you that you have an aptitude.
Yeah, I like spells.
I'd be happy to encourage your growth.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Yes, quite cool.
Yeah.
I have arranged for relatively safe transport for you. It hasn't been easy, but everyone you're traveling with has been thoroughly vetted as having no reason to have any ill intent toward you or Shoka. As Agela says this, you hear from the front gate, which you can just sort of see down the street from you, sound of cheers, sort of like laughter, cries of delight from beyond this otherwise grim gate, this sort of jubilant sound, almost as if someone has done a party trick. The gate squeals open, and around the corner stomps a most otherworldly sight. At first, you understand it as a giant, 11-foot tall, brass-colored horse. But then you start to wonder, why is steam rising from a tiny vent in the horse's metal forehead, and why are its hind legs replaced by an enormous set of spoked wheels? And how is it hauling that huge, unusual cart? Before you trods a mechanical, half-horse, half-carriage made of metal, wood, and nacre.
Amazing.
It glowers over the scene with pupilless, pearlescent eyes. Its cart, also industrial in design, looks big enough to carry many more passengers than your typical wagon. Though, currently, it appears only 2 people are aboard. Operating the movement of this beast is a gaunt, elderly halfling. He wears a black bowler hat and a garish, amber-colored robe. He peers over half-moon spectacles at you, scratching a dark gray beard.
Well now, Agela, I didn't know it'd be so many.
You have room, Prestus. I know because we paid for it.
Oh, about that.
This man, who you deem to be Prestus, looks as though he's going to hop off the horse from its 11-foot height when the seat itself lifts off from a spring-loaded apparatus and lowers him to the ground.
Dang. Yeah.
As he sort of gathers himself off of this drop down onto the ground, he approaches Agela sort of timidly.
I'm afraid there have been some complications.
Explain.
Well, my other passengers that I gave you the dossiers of, the ones you vetted,
Yes.
they, cancelled their tickets.
Of course.
Oh, well, that's not a problem.
And I sold their seats to others.
At this, Agela's eyes go steely, and her voice gets very soft.
Do you wish to be turned to dust, you old fool? They're fine. They've all passed my very thorough inspection. It will be a safe trip. Agela, I don't know what sort of business you're doing, and I don't want to. But maybe it's not too late to turn back.
Agela looks over to Shoka, who's just sort of standing there, brushing dust off of his clothes. I have to do something. She looks to you. Christus, these are my friends. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves.
Call me W.
I'm Harlan.
I'm Birdie.
I'm Zen.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Pristus Heaps at your service.
He takes a low bow that brings his nose pretty much to the stone below you.
Should we bow to you too? Do you want that? Is that what you want?
A lot
Yes,
of bowing
necessary.
today.
Okay,
I'm no
you're doing
lord.
So much bowing.
It's like the most awkward bowing ever. Like it's more like just my just rigid. Like that.
Oh.
Does that work?
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Pristus here is a well-loved merchant on both sides of the war. A lot of soldiers out there are bored to tears, so Pristus sells them some junk and they give him passage.
Fine magical rarities.
Don't interrupt, Pristis. You're getting through the front gate under the pretense that you're all heading to Bradford, which is still in Ondalian control. Pristis is delivering boots to the military there, right?
Why, yes, of course.
Things are getting worse by the moment, so there's no guarantees. Be on your guard, protect Shoka, and you'll get paid. Any questions?
How many other passengers are going with us?
There's those two, and one more that I don't see around presently, but one more person bought a ticket. Yes.
I'm gonna take a look at who's aboard if I can see them.
You can. You see a young woman, maybe in her mid to late 20s, human, blonde, brown hair, sandy blonde, with glasses and a blue cloak over some sort of like upper class clothing with a sort of ascot, and she is going through a book very, very thoroughly. She's scribbling notes into a book. And then across from her is a sort of a broad human man, or excuse me, half-elf man, if you look closely, who is sleeping. He's wearing a brown cloak that's really dusty and shabby, and he's got sort of tarnished black armor underneath it, and he's just fast asleep.
Does her ascot look better than mine?
It looks like she's been traveling with it, but yes, yeah, a lot better.
He's wearing it
I
correctly.
narrow my eyes. I'm like,
I actually,
The important question.
at the notice of these other passengers that are, I guess, not the original choice, I would like to kind of give them a once-over. You said the one sleeping, so I might not focus on that one as much, but I want to, when they arrived and they saw, Shoka? When they saw Shoka, I want to see if they're like, what their reaction was. Just maybe they're
good.
staring, they're lingering, anything like that.
Make an insight check.
Okay. First roll.
First roll.
Let's go!
Please roll well.
All right.
This will set the
It
stage.
will. Don't mess it up.
What kind of roll?
Insight, please.
Insight check. Okay. That is the insights. 11.
11.
Positive.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's above 10.
Yeah.
better than half.
Tell
Better
me
than
what
half.
you know. Is 11?
Yes.
Okay. You see, I mean, this guy genuinely appears to be asleep.
Okay.
The woman is looking over to you all and does see Shoka, and it does seem like she's taking notes on her surroundings. She's sort of looking at the buildings. She's looking at the people. It seems like she's sort of like taking notes on what's going on.
When do we leave?
Immediately. I'm prepared as soon. We might wait a little bit longer, but I'm ready to move.
Y'all ready to go?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I've been ready. Let's do it.
Whichever Birdie says.
I'll walk over to Shoka and just kind of kneel down to kind of get close to the eye level. Stay close to me. Do as I say.
He looks up to Agella and she gives him a steady nod. Okay.
You got your things?
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Okay.
Brestis. Lead the way.
Pristis takes your cue, turns to this metallic horse, gives it a pat on the side. Lucy, give them a hand dip. And as he says this, the seat that lowered him retracts and dislocates into a short rope ladder.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Does it seem like he's wanting us to climb up and get? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll help. I'll just kind of help get Shoka up 1st,
Mhm.
and then I will go up after.
Okay.
This thing is awesome, W. Did you know we were riding in this?
They never tell us anything.
They don't? Not even you?
You would think, but no.
Yeah, I feel like you just have like all the answers, like all the time.
Can we please just get moving?
Okay.
Is everybody bored as well?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As you take the awkward step over the driver's seat, you see this enormous coach, about 12 feet deep, has benches on either side. Its walls are a little higher than a normal cart would be, 2 or 3 feet. Like you can easily rest your shoulders against the back of it. And you see these two people. Does anybody have any strong preference on where they're sitting?
I'm staying near Zen, but
I would like to try to sit near the person taking notes. I want to try to read them.
I want to sit right across from the person taking notes and give them a death glare.
She looks up at both of you very brightly.
Hello there. I'm 80. You are?
I'm Zen.
Zen?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, sir.
What you writing? I will just shamelessly look.
She does not conceal what she's writing. It is a huge tome. It is. The pages are blimped out with the amount of ink that she has put into it.
I'm working on a book. I'm writing about the war. I guess you could say an historian or a journalist of sorts. I'm trying to get as close as I can to the conflict to get a real idea of what's going on so that it can be preserved and understood.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go sit next to Harlan. Also glare.
Still glare.
I would like to try and escort Shoka to whatever spot is the farthest away from the other two.
Okay, they're sort of toward the back of it, so you'd be kind of more toward the front.
Okay, I'll do that, and then I'll sit like sideways so I can kind of have an eye line on them. Just I don't want anyone behind me that I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get a good have the wall to my back kind of situation where I can see everything else if I can. And
Yeah.
have Shoka near me.
Okay, would you put Shoka like toward the front or toward the back on the side of you?
Probably close with me, so I want probably towards the front, right? Because that's where.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, would he be on your right toward the front of the cart or on your left?
Probably
toward
to the
back?
right on the front of the cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea.
All right, stay here. All right, Press. Just what are we waiting for?
As you get settled. Oh, am I late? I'm late, aren't I?
oh boy.
Scrambling aboard, as Pristis looks over this person with a sort of eagle-eyed scrutiny, is a young, red-headed, lithe human figure in leather armor with a single, perfectly fitted, well-crafted pauldron and a fur-collared green cloak. They stumble across the threshold into the cart, but correct their posture instantly.
Hey!
As they take their seats,
I love it. I love it.
Pristis, with a sort of like timid nod to Agella, taps Lucy once more, steps on the lowest rung of the ladder, and it hoists him up back onto his sort of, you could practically call it a helm more than reins of this machine.
All right, well, that's everyone. Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Pristis begins manipulating a complex system of dials and levers at the front of this machine, and with a hiss of steam vented once more from Lucy, the machine horse's snout, the coach turns to life and begins the arduous process of turning around to head back out to the gate.
Forth,
Through-
back,
yeah.
forth.
Can I, this new guy that joined us, can I just like do like a once over and like see if like, I don't know, something about him being late and being so excited to be here is kind of like stressing me out. So I want to make sure he's not gonna like do anything.
Okay. I guess make an insight check.
Okay.
And I guess what specifically are you looking for?
I just want to see if like he looks like he's genuinely happy to be here and he's not like, I don't know, like he's not going to pull something. He's not like hiding something under that cloak.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, you could do insight or I'll say investigation if you want to be looking for hidden items, whichever you prefer.
I'll do insight. That's better.
And you said the name of the lady with the book was Allie?
80.
80.
ADI. Yeah.
I got a 24.
Cool. And which one was that? Insight or?
Insight.
Okay.
Insight, yeah.
This person seems very flustered. Their excitement and sort of everything they're doing seems genuine.
Okay.
As far as being suspicious, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
it
okay.
is suspicious. They do not seem at peace with where they are in general.
Okay. I'm just gonna like kind of cross my arms and lean back against the wall of this cart and just keep my eyes trained on this guy. Or
Okay.
my one good eye, I guess.
I want to divert my attention to the half elf dude who looks like he's asleep. Has he like, since the commotion of the new person, has he done anything? Is he still sleeping?
He's sort of stirring at this arrival. He sort of like looks around in a little bit of surprise at all the new people aboard this cart.
Okay, so he's awake now.
He's sort of in that middle stage. It seems like he doesn't seem fully committed to waking up at this point.
Good to know.
On that paper, did I have any more instructions on like where exactly to go to like drop this kid off? Like it said, I'm taking them to Caldor, and I'm assuming bringing them to the general. I guess.
From what Agela said, Cold Crest Outpost was
Okay,
the
go to-
desired destination.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
after a few minutes, Lucy is making her way through the front gate of Addersfeld with all of you in tow. The cart comes to a halt as the guards step up to chat with Pristis, sort of just a scruffy-looking guard in not very well-kept Ondalian armor. You see the colors of orange and gold, and his tabard is emblazoned with Ondale's symbol, which is this gold tree coming out of orange earth with gears sprouting as its fruit. Leaving so soon, Mr. Reeps? Yes, I was just stopping for... And he Pristis presses a button on his little console, and a hatch opens up in the floor behind him, revealing a large trunk. He hops down and pulls from it a pair of fresh soldier's boots. Supplies for the troops in Bradford. He gives a little wink to this soldier. Right under their noses, the soldier says. I like it. And you lot, where's your business beyond the gate?
We're escorting him for safety reasons.
I'm gonna point to the lady with the book and be like, I'm with her.
We're not gonna make it out of this city. I'm so
No.
sorry, y'all.
And this is an ill-fated voyage.
You talk.
Nobody was speaking up.
80 looks at Harlan kind of befuddled. I'm a journalist. I'm writing a book about the war. And the soldier kind of looks at her with a little bit of confusion and back to the rest of you. You're going to bring a child out into that,
I'm with her.
right?
I'm just gonna stare at Wilkes like, please, dear God, say something.
I will kind of look up to this soldier. We're just traveling. Do you need more than that?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Not intimidation.
If you want to make an intimidation.
No,
I'll allow it.
not
I'll allow it.
Intimidate him.
Not yet. He says. Okay.
Okay, so
This is going well.
Can I give the help action? I'll sort of stand behind Birdie and like cross my arms menacingly and clank a little bit, I guess, probably.
I mean, he's doing a persuasion check,
Yeah.
so I'll say that wouldn't really help persuade anybody
it's
of
okay.
anything.
I just have a -1. That is a total of 12.
Okay, 12. He catches your eye, and you can sort of see the like glaze of boredom on this guy's face that he doesn't really want to argue with you.
Yeah.
So he's sort of he doesn't drop the veneer of like I'm the authority, but
Yeah.
you can see the like lack of interest in any sort of.
This is a 9 to 5.
further discussion.
Yeah. I will just I will After I do that, I will see that maybe he doesn't care too much, and so I reach into my bag and I'll pull out a gold piece. I'll just hand it over to him. It'd be great if you'd let us pass without any more inspection.
Right, everything seems to be looking good here. Safe journeys, Mr. Heaps. We'll be fine. And with a whistle, he has the gates opened and lets you through.
Maybe next time you'd let me do the talking.
Well, you weren't talking, so somebody had to say something.
I did great, right? Right, W?
You did so well.
I think I did better than Harlan. I would like to point that out. I don't know if that's a good metric of wellness, but I did better than Harlan.
Wherever Birdie is, I don't care if she's on the far wall. I scoot further away from her and I fold my arms.
I look down to show you better be worth it.
Okay. As you leave Addersfeld, you are greeted by the sounds and smells of industry. Axes chop and hammers clang, and the air tastes of charcoal and sweat. You hear the shouts of command and the wails of complaints and the scattered grumbles of drudgery. You look to your right over the cart, and you're used to seeing out there the shadow timberland abutting the north side of the city. Instead, you see acres and acres of deforestation, and teams upon teams of workers moving piles of lumber and loading them into mule-borne carts. Smoke rises from makeshift smithies, craftsmen toil in tanneries, and the area is dotted with temporary housing built for this, the war effort.
If I could, this is my first time being back to Addersfeld in a while, just from traveling. I'm curious, in my last time here, does it seem like anything huge has changed in Addersfeld in my brief time being in there? Is it still... Are there more Caldorian armies there? I'm just trying to grasp the change, because you're saying the Shadow Timberlands is now being cut down.
Yeah.
Were there any other noticeable things that I've discerned since my last time being here?
I guess what specifically are you?
I want to know if Caldor has taken Addersfeld.
I mean, everybody's wearing Andalian colors and symbology here. Cool. It's very clear that this is Ondale is really digging their heels in here. Okay. You can see that this action that's taking place, all of this industry is a very there's a grit in everybody's face that is these people are working very, very hard toward their ends, not necessarily to their pleasures.
Okay.
And in addition, you turn to your left, where you're used to seeing the tent city of those that were prohibited from living in Addersfeld previously, and you find instead an empty field of debris. Left behind clothing blows in the wind and gets caught on the places where the tent poles were removed. Blackened holes remain where there were once communal bonfires. Scraps of parchment with crude drawings and letters of appeals to the courts of Ondale make scraping sounds as they tumble limply into dirt-clogged aqueducts. Upkept, however, are a few Ondalian military tents where officers appear to be handing out pickaxes and shovels to lines of plainclothes commoners, shouting names and giving directions to awaiting teams of mud-soiled escorts. As they head away from the tent, they walk past burdened gallows, where bodies hang as a warning to would-be dissidents.
Oh my gosh.
Birdie, you feel a sharp pain in your eye.
Just gonna kind of shift uncomfortably for a second. Just look out, see who I can see, I guess.
Would you like to...
Yeah, if I could make a very spooky check, I'd like to.
Spooky check!
Make a spooky vibe!
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I think she just kind of sits at the edge of the cart so she can see everything and just refocuses her vision for a second into that one white eye. That was really bad. It's a 5.
5.
Did I add anything to it?
Your wisdom modifier.
Okay. This is great. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a 7.
7. Wow.
A 7, a lucky number.
That's probably good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Less
get you
than 10,
loads.
Yeah.
Birdie, you try to focus your energy as you've done before, channeling through this eye of yours to sort of see what you can from the dead in this area, but it's just so overwhelming, the amount of despair that sort of like limps in the air, lingers in the air. You can't really focus well enough to see anything. You do get spooky vibes.
Vibes. Yeah, I think she's just gonna sit back down and kind of like shift uncomfortably for a second and look very somber.
Lucy continues to trot along. The green cloaked figure looks over to 80, who's documenting all of this as well as you're passing it. What you working on? Just writing about the war. Oh, write this down. I heard a rumor that Caldor is planning some kind of huge attack from the south.
From the south?
What? That doesn't make any sense. Well, in a way, it does. We're fighting every day in the General Cade's trench to the west. Well, I heard that Caldor already took Canyon Fort and are moving around Cade's trench to the south, and that's where they're going to attack them.
Oh boy.
Katie sort of looks at this and is like scribbling furiously as she's listening. Where did you hear this from? This gray or green-clad figure just bites their finger. Just around.
As I'm hearing them talk, I just want to like watch and just kind of give a once-over to this green-cloaked figure. What did you say the race is, or how old they look?
They're a human. They appear to be young.
Young human man?
They are sort of feminine in shape, but masculine in presentation, in the way that they're dressed.
They have a shoulder.
They have a pauldron and a green cloak.
Okay.
And a sword at their hip.
Yeah.
Wow.
You better believe it.
You said red hair, you said?
Red hair,
Okay.
correct.
I'm not going to engage. I just want to just kind of like look that over
They
a little
might
bit.
be 18 or 19
Okay.
if you were to take a guess. Yeah.
Cool. That's it. I just wanted to get more information.
I want to tug on W's shirt, having very, clearly overheard that information. Hey,
What?
did you hear what they said?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, do you think it's true?
Probably.
That doesn't bother you?
No. Why do I care?
Well, because the war kind of affects everybody, W.
I mean, it's going to go one way or the other, and I'll figure it out whenever it's finished.
It's ridiculous, says the black armored man with just the single eye open.
What's ridiculous?
If they were going to attack from the south, what are they waiting for? I heard they've been hitting the trench every day from Coldcrest, so why waste a soldier doing that if you're going to attack from the south? It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it's a distraction. Maybe they don't want people to know.
At this, the man's, this half-elf's other eye opens. A distraction.
Yeah. You know, it's like when you're trying to pick somebody's pocket and you're like, ooh, look at the little. Sometimes chipmunks are really good, like, because people are really distracted by those, like, because they, make them clean their face, like, little. And then while that's happening, you take their watch or their coin purse. It's kind of like that.
Huh.
Do you want to see a chipmunk?
Do you use chipmunks
Harlan.
for cons?
Not bothering.
Oh, okay. I know you don't like the chipmunk.
Apologies, sir.
That's all right.
What's your name?
Lynn.
It's okay, W. We're making friends, right?
My name's Everett.
Hi, Everett. I'm Harlan. What are you doing here?
I heard there was a fortune to be made out west,
Yeah.
so I'm headed that way.
Oh, where'd you hear that? What kind of fortune?
Well, I heard that they've been destroying those mountains up in the Venville Rise.
Oh.
I had a buddy who sent me a letter saying that they were leaving behind all kinds of wreckage that's full of valuable gems. And I thought, no time like the present to take advantage.
Huh. So is your buddy like already up there doing his thing, getting the gems?
Yeah.
Is he selfish? Do you think he'll have all of them before you get there?
From the way he made it sound, it seemed like there's a lot to be taken. Those things can be heavy too, so I doubt he can do it all by himself.
Hey, W, you think we have time for a quick stop?
No, Harlan. We have a job
Well,
to
like
do.
after that, though.
After that, we're done.
Well, we could do it on
Well,
the
I know
way
we're-
back.
I know we're done with the job. We'll have to like get back to Addersfeld and then...
You can go. You can go.
You don't want to come? You don't want to see some cool, shiny stuff that might cost a lot of money?
Harlan,
Money.
not even a little bit. Do I want to do any more than I have to with you?
You're so mad sometimes.
Just want to get this over with. I haven't had time to rest or recoup from my last journey. I'm just over it.
Why don't you just
Do you wanna
rest
take
right now?
A nap now? Keep
we got
watch.
some time.
We can't rest. We're delivering someone.
We're on a cart, and there's 3 of us that can watch the kid while you take a nap.
Mhm.
I don't see why that's an issue.
Help your grumpies.
That's true. You are pretty grumpy.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
What's with the kid?
That's my nephew.
Your face.
We're so bad at this. This is the worst team for the job.
Oh my god.
We're all family, like distant cousins and things.
Birdie, do you think we should try chipmunks?
Chipmunks might help.
Because I've been thinking about that.
Oh,
since
we
they
want to do
said it.
chipmunks?
Are you gonna make a chipmunk?
You all don't look like family.
A distant
Hey,
relatives.
Family looks a lot of different ways, and sometimes people are adopted, and sometimes people meet in different ways, so I feel like that's really judgmental of you.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Yeah. And?
Well, it's pretty uncommon, that's all. Especially nowadays.
Really? Because I feel like with the war and everything, like families being torn apart and people meeting in new ways, like, I haven't seen my mom in 10 years, so I don't know what to do with that.
Oh, dang, that sucks.
But
Well,
W
yeah.
over here, he's family.
I don't know if W feels the same way as you. I think they just said they hated you like 10 minutes ago.
No, but that actually makes
no.
sense. Like, now I get why
That's true.
he's being so
Family
mean
hates
to
each
them.
other.
Because, like, yeah.
You're so right.
Harlan, make a deception check at advantage.
Are you still trying to make a chipmunk?
That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
So instead of like,
So instead of like the image of a chipmunk, I take a little bit of lint from my ascot and I just like crumble it in my fingers, and all of a sudden it sort of like spreads out into the air, and then in everyone's ear you just hear like a sound. You hear a chipmunk.
Everett kind
Could work with
of
that.
squints.
Could be
Chipmunk.
useful.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that deception check on your family.
oh, for the family.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
You can make it at advantage because they helped.
All right, there we go. Yeah,
I'll say
the
they
whole
helped.
Teamwork.
I mean, doesn't W just look like the confused dad?
He
that
does.
is?
Yeah.
He's grumpy dad.
Very accurate.
You
yeah.
say deception?
Yes, because you're not family.
That's what you.
We just wrote it in our
Here we
back.
go.
Yeah.
That's right. And actually, if you look at this
That is-
tree we made,
That's not bad.
Advantage. That's a total of a 19.
19. Ooh. Okay. Everett looks at you sort of warily, but he seems to shrug his shoulders and go back to resting his eyes.
Are you actually asleep?
Harlan, just please, just for me, just stop.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
I will. And I'm going to sit on the other side of Shoka.
Why do you gotta be so grumpy all the time? Like, I know this is a job and we gotta, like, do it, but, like, you don't have to be mad about it.
He's nice sometimes. Like, the first time we met, he was pretty nice. Well, you were polite.
How fast is the cart going?
It's going at a steady pace. It's probably just a little bit faster than walking.
Oh, okay. So if I were to like get out of the cart, it would be hard for me to keep up.
It would be hard for you to keep up.
You're stuck with us.
You're trapped. You could like
Amazing.
probably do it for a little while, but you'd get tired.
Okay.
'Cause you'd be hustling to stay.
Listen, we just need to keep an eye out for threats, Harlan. So if you want to be a part of this crew,
Yeah.
you can try that. This is a test.
Okay.
So keep an eye on the perimeter. Look out for any suspects that are doing suspicious things.
I glare at 80.
No, not the people in the cart. I'll take care of the people in the cart. Just I need you to keep an eye out on things outside the cart.
Oh, I
Right?
can do that.
Right. But you need to be quiet to be able to focus your thoughts on all that. Right? Go ahead and practice that for a bit and stop talking.
I just like, I do this thing where I kind of lock up my limbs and I become very focused. And I turn my head to like each part of the opening in the carriage, like in almost like a clockwork fashion. And I don't blink for at least a minute. For at least a minute.
And I
But I'm
relish in that minute of silence as we continue along.
You still didn't answer my question.
What did you want to know, Birdie?
Why you're so grumpy while doing work?
Well, like I said before, I didn't get a chance to rest. I was sent right on this
And
mission.
that's why I said you could rest right now. And then maybe you'll wake up and you'll be happy.
It seems from our more recent endeavors that you are new to this.
Okay, I'm like not new. I've been working with the crew for like a while. I've just never like done a real
Right.
job.
It shows.
Okay, that was rude.
Whoa, that
first
was
off,
rude.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, rude. I am
Do you
a
want me to get my
professional
glaive
and I'm
out?
very talented.
Oh my god.
Yeah, get your glaive out.
I do.
Hell yeah.
Probably pokes the roof of the carriage.
Is there a roof on this or is it open?
No.
Is it open?
No,
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Looking around, but at the glaive, my eyes go wide, but I'm still doing clockwork, still quiet.
Listen, whenever I'm on a job,
Uh-huh.
I focus on the job.
Okay.
Even if I am sitting on a cart, I'm focused on like what Heartland's doing.
Seems
Right?
like you're focused on insulting a friend.
Yeah,
Right now, I am because you keep bugging me.
because I want you to take a rest so you can be happy.
Like I'm saying, you can't rest when you're on the job.
We are working together.
Yeah,
We can help you. You can
Definitely.
rest.
we can keep watch. Look at Harlan is doing
Do you
such a good job.
Birdie, you want me to do what Harlan's doing?
Yeah, look, both the monkeys can just like stare out the window and you can sleep and I can stare at the kid.
If I rest, will you shut up?
Yeah. See, because then you have to rest and then I have to be quiet. So it's like a win-win.
I stare at her for a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and then I just close my eyes and lean back in the seat. Resting. Please be quiet.
All right.
And I pause to just put my finger to my lips so everyone knows to be quiet for W, but then I go immediately back to clockwork, no sound.
Nice.
Shoka just kind of like slumps in a seat. If you don't mind me interrupting, would I be able to trouble any of you for an interview for the book?
I'm going to try to mimic exactly what Harlan is doing. And I'm just like blinking a lot. It really hurts my eyes. But I sure am looking out and not towards 80.
Oh, geez. I guess they're busy. I can.
Wonderful. What's your name again?
I'm Birdie.
Birdie. Is that with a Y or?
I-E. B-I-R. Like the bird.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Which bird?
Like just the general bird.
General bird.
It's just a general bird.
She sort of nods with earnesty. Yes, of course. Where were you when the war began?
Not alive. The war's been 30 years? I'm like 26, so I'm new to life in the war, you know?
Right.
But I grew up with it.
As did I.
Yeah.
Not exactly pleasant circumstances.
No, it's not.
Have you seen any combat personally?
You know, a little bit. Yeah. You could, yeah. I'm from Velnar.
Oh. I don't know much about that. What do you mean?
It doesn't exist anymore. It's my hometown I grew up in, and you know, got hit pretty hard.
I see. I'm so sorry.
Thanks.
You are currently leaving Addersfeld.
Yes.
Where are you bound and why?
I am traveling with my family to travel for fun.
For fun.
For sightseeing.
Are you sort of an adrenaline addict? This is pretty extreme for something so.
You know, it's a family reunion kind of thing where we kind of get to meet the rest of the family, and they're, you know, a distance away.
Right. That's. I do find it fascinating. I don't mean any offense. Of
No,
course.
not at all.
How did you become family with these people?
We, through circumstance and distant cousins.
Years.
I pause real fast and I go, Birdie saved my life. And then I keep going back to what I'm doing.
I did.
The puddles of lies. I love it.
I thought I'd go with what we already said.
Everything's a lie. I mean, that's eventually that's yes.
We just confuse
It's we
everyone.
keep saying
Yes,
it.
more questions. And we can't keep track of what we've told them.
Name's
so
not
we
even
can't
Birdie.
tell anyone any
I
real
have
info.
made a mistake.
Really?
Oh no.
So, how do you feel about the way the war is going? Do you agree with the way that Andale and Ganbaldia are handling it, or
You know, I don't know much about the like specifics of like anything that's going on, but like I think it should, you know, and like everybody else. I mean,
right?
I'm
And
sure it's not a crazy.
by Andale defeating Kaldor, or how do you propose?
You know, I don't know about that. That's a bit out of my purview.
Sure,
Yeah.
of course. When do you think it will end? What is the real objective?
Oh, jeez, these are some big, heavy-hitting questions.
I just want to know what common folk think of this bigger thing that's going on in the world. You know,
I'm common as it comes. You know, I'd hope soon, but I haven't known anything outside war, so I don't know how you end war.
nor
Yeah.
do I.
Yeah.
Those that have the power to, General Cade and Lord Aiken of Addersfeld, General Iagloom of Kaldor. If you could deliver a message to them, what would you like to say? What would you tell them?
Stop.
Stop.
Yep. Yeah. These are like a lot of questions. I don't think about this at all.
What do you think about?
I don't know. About living, I guess.
I'm gonna turn around from the window and what are you gonna do with what you're writing down? Why are you asking her these questions?
Oh, I just want to... I think history is best told through stories, real people's stories, not some poetic idea I extrapolate from the bigger thing going on. I think the people here, right here, on the front lines, those are the people that matter. And I want the record to be true.
But, I mean, you think the four of us are gonna give you the true record?
I think what you have to say is just as important, if not more, than politicians and lords and generals, those people that want to propagate some greater narrative to make more sons and daughters sign up to throw their lives away.
Who do you intend to read your writing? Like, okay, sure, those are important stories, but they're only important if something gets done with them by the lords, right?
Yes, well, I'm not an activist. I'm merely a journalist. I just report on what's going on. The rest is up to the world, I suppose. Well,
fair enough, I guess.
Just to wrap up, here's a fun one.
All right. Yeah.
If you
Okay.
were a god,
Huh?
what would you be the god of?
Not the dead. Sure.
God
God-
of the dead.
Yeah. Why not?
Sort of somewhere between Laurus and Famir, perhaps.
Sounds great. I think it'd be very hard. Please don't make me a god.
I have not the power to do so.
Awesome. Yeah.
Have no fear.
No. Okay. Cool. Just gotta check.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Yeah. Of course.
I really, the thing you said about just thinking about living, I think it's so prescient, so profound. I suppose that's what most people are just thinking about now.
I mean, we're all just trying to get by in our own way. Best we can.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Of course.
And as you are leaving the sort of outskirts of the city now, you notice the only people coming and going on this road are the soldiers and whatever benighted people are being put to work from the tent earlier. And those that you don't outpace on the cart, you notice take a decidedly more like offbeat, direct route to the west, rather than the road that your cart is on, which is sort of trying to more easily circumvent hills and travel a little more speedily to the border. And it sort of arcs just a little bit north toward the river that comes out of the Shadow Timberlands, the Shadow's Ebb River. Is there anything anybody wants to do as you leave the city outskirts?
I want to see if W's actually sleeping. But like as surreptitiously as possible. I don't like I still keep my head motion, but I like pause for half a second to kind of dash a glance over.
I am not sleeping yet, but my eyes are closed and I am like attempting to rest. And just like
Or
more not because I want to rest, but more so because I'm realizing that this is the only way that they won't bother me. Is if I just pretend that I'm calm. So
yeah.
I'll be keeping my eyes closed, and maybe every once in a while I might just kind of like open them, just kind of like look around to see if everything's good. Just do a quick check and then go back to sleeping.
I definitely think you're sleeping. And the only thing that changes about me spinning my head around every couple seconds is that the biggest smile is now on my face.
Oh. They're going to wake up so happy.
As you're resting and once 80 sort of just like cleaning up her notes on the interview she had with you, she looks around. Would anyone else be willing to speak with me? Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Oh, boy. This guy is suspicious.
I'm Kid Clevercleave, and I'm part of the Iron Lake Collective.
Does that feel good?
Yeah, it did.
You liked it? Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Good. What was the name?
Clever.
Clever Cleve.
Come on, write it in your notes right now.
I'm doing it.
You can't forget it.
Like collective. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, the Ironlight Collective. I don't know much about that. What is that? Oh, well, it's a super cool monster fighting guild. You go out and you fight monsters, and and you get cool missions, and it's super secret actually. So you're not supposed to tell anybody, but
You're really good at the secret part.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid sort of looks at you like, kind of just like pleased with themselves.
Oh dear God.
Wonderful. So what do you think about the war and what's going on? Oh, not really much. It's interesting, but the war really is against monsters. That's what I care about. It's just fighting monsters and protecting, the people of Elbor from monsters. That's really what's important to me. Well, that's an interesting perspective. I guess in a way, kind of noble. Yep, I'm pretty noble. Wonderful. Would you like to say anything to the leaders of these wars? No, I guess not, unless they have a job for me. Right. Okay. Where is the Ironlight based? Oh, lots of places. Addersfeld. There's a couple buildings in Addersfeld that we use, and then we use some buildings out in Saddlemount and Stillgate. We got some buildings and places, so we have a lot of
Buildings, places.
we got a big group. Good to know there's so many stalwart monster hunters out there. Yeah, you got any more questions for me? No, that's quite all right. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I appreciate it. Great, that's Kit Clever Cleve from the Ironlight Collective. Yes, I've got that. Thank you.
Wait, I have a question. What's the biggest monster you've ever fought?
Ooh, that's hard for me. So many monsters. So many monsters.
So cool.
There was the Bagara. There was the Basilisk that one time. That was a tough one. I fought this Bone Nuga at one point. That was a tough fight I had. I think there was what was it called? Like 100 dragons. Like I've just okay. I can't keep track of how many dragons I fought.
Have you been in the Ironlight Collective for a long time?
Well, it's funny. We're very efficient,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just a couple of years now, but
Definitely a dragon a year kind of thing.
I became a sentinel really fast, so I got a lot of nicks.
Yeah,
Not a long time training. They send you out really quick.
No, well, I mean the training is really rigorous, so you just you get right to it. It's the important stuff.
killing dragons.
Huh.
Yeah, totally.
I don't even think I've seen one dragon. You've killed 100?
I mean, not 100, but just they all run together. You kill so many dragons.
What's like the ballpark if it's not 100 dragons? Like 10,
60,
20,
I guess,
60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised how many dragons are out there.
And you're how old?
I'm, old enough.
Old enough to kill 60 dragons.
You better believe it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
by
do.
yourself
I
or
do.
like with this collective thing that you're a part of?
Well, it's a collective, but you also, the term collective is a little misleading. So it's you work together sometimes. Most of the time, you're on your own.
And they only send you out once you're ready to kill a dragon on your own. That's when they know you're ready.
Yeah. Well, actually, you have to prove yourself first. You have to.
What you got to do?
Kill a dragon.
Kill something.
Yeah.
Just kill something. Could you kill a person? That kind of sounds
Oh, that'd
like
be
a lot.
a big.
Not okay.
Only if it's a monster.
Can people be monsters?
Oh, that's a good question.
AD looks up and writes down your book.
No, I don't think so.
You've never
You
killed a
don't think so?
person. You've killed 60 dragons, but not a single person.
No, why would I kill a person?
What if they try to kill you?
I've never had a person try to kill me.
Yet.
I look to Zen and I go, I like you.
Oh yeah.
I bow.
Kit kind of just like
Bowing.
reclines ever so much. Their sort of haughtiness a little bit diminished. And Pristis sort of looks back at this Zen as you say this, and you can see Pristis is sort of eyeing the collection you have in your beard.
I stroke it.
That's quite a. You have an eye for things, don't you?
I got 2 eyes.
Yes, and you use them quite well, it appears. You have an eye for things. Would you care to take a look at my stock?
Sure, I'd love to.
And he sort of waves you up to the front of the cart.
Okay, yeah.
And he opens up a little compartment in the front.
What sort of things are you interested in?
I like it when they're like really shiny
Shiny things. All right.
and small enough, because I only have the 1 beard. I want 2, but it's like you have to get a lot of hair to make that happen.
I see.
Yet.
Yes, I just. This is as much as I can grow, but it suits me fine. I can't put anything in it, but I have.
No,
Lucy.
it's great.
Okay.
We can't. I mean, everyone has a different beard. It's okay.
Well said. And it should be shiny.
And he goes through this bag in this compartment, and he pulls from it a pair of wands. And one of them.
These, I find that I like to traffic in the most peculiar of things. So, many wands are used to cast spells and sorts of things, but I prefer more interesting delights.
And he flicks the wand, and from it, a sparkling, teeny tiny burst of water shoots out of the tip onto the ground in front of Lucy, and the wand makes a little sound as it does it.
That's one. It's not quite as shiny as you might like, but I'm just so fond of it.
It's so cool. I mean, I'm not interested at all. I could totally walk away whenever. Nope. Yeah. But did you have another thing?
Well, this one is a bit less exciting.
And he just waves it, and it just lights up at the tip. Just casts a little bit of light in front of you.
It's a bit shinier, and it does go on and on. There's no limit to the amount of light this little trinket can shed.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, like the water one, how much were you thinking for that?
Well, let's see. How much do you have? I wonder if it might be a little bit out of your budget.
Oh, yeah. I've got like, everything in my beard, and it took me years to collect these.
Oh, yes.
And like 10 gold pieces. I mean, would you take 10 for it? It's like probably low.
That is low, but tell me more about what's in your beard.
Okay.
And he sort of looks very closely at you.
Yeah, I want to know what's in the beard.
This one, I mean, Birdie and I were like in a scrape, and I was supposed to run, but I just had to pick it up because it caught my eye on the street. And when I grabbed it, I saw it had a little hole in it. And so I like very painstakingly put each hair through and like tied it off. And now you can see it's all braided in there, and it's kind of grown around it, which I think it looks really good. But I would give it to you, I guess, maybe for the light one. That one's less cool, if I'm honest.
I have to agree.
Yeah, this one is like a little gem that I thought was fun, and I bore the hole myself, which was hard, but not that hard. I mean, I used like a pen. It totally ruined the pen. The nib was like awful, afterwards. It was impossible to write with.
That is impressive.
Thank you.
And quite a bit of strength.
And Persis takes from his jacket pocket a loop, a sort of jeweler's loop, and puts it to his eye and inspects these things in your beard. Are any of them magical by any chance?
I think there's probably one in there that has like a touch of protection if it's like treated right, but I have not been treating it right. And to Zen's knowledge, none of these are magical.
Yes, that one in particular interests me. That little ring you have back there?
Oh, yeah, I think I maybe took it from my mom's jewelry box or something.
If I could trouble you to part with it, I'd happily trade the light wand for it.
Just the light one?
Make a persuasion. As Pristis looks down at these two wands.
Oh no.
Okay, it's gonna be a 6.
Lucky number 6.
Just
Probably good enough.
Yeah.
Pristis is a pretty shrewd businessman.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, just the one, I'm afraid.
I mean, okay, yeah, sure.
All right, it's a pleasure doing business with you. But before we proceed, I have to share this one. You simply must see it.
And then Pristis turns and begins doing a series of very complex turns of these knobs and rolls of these dials on Lucy's console. And he begins to speak very quickly.
Lucy and I came upon this in the most unusual sort of way. I was doing my regular trip to Westreach to find the most outlandish items I could find, but I lost all of my spending money gambling and attempting to obtain the affection of the most startlingly handsome dwarf I have ever laid eyes upon. Alas, when I had paid for all of his drinks, he snuck out of the back entrance and left me waiting for longer than I cared to admit for his return. But,
and he stops briefly.
It was I who won out on this exchange, because he left behind some coded letter with a firefly emblazoned on the front, and inside were instructions to report to the tear. It was written in such a way that I could tell something shady was going on down that way, so instead of heading northward, which is where Lucy and I were preparing to go, we took a southern route to Jagged Reef, where we chartered a boat with naught but charm and a very few unenchanted books that I had picked up in Tunlan Key of all places, and we sailed to the Gulf of Nakia for a fortnight before our ship was besieged by pirates. Well, Lucy and I are no slouches, so we fought tooth and nail, and their half-tiefling, half-orc pirate Captain Arcturus, who was quite the looker himself, mind you, found us to be not only capable but quite charming, and we were able to broker a truce between the two forces, provided that we assist him in searching for a cursed traveling island. I'm not boring you, am I?
Are you saying that you have an island in there?
Just you wait. Well, what happened next you will not believe. Whilst both ships searched for the island, we were swept up in a mighty storm, and despite the deepest wishes of my heart, Arcturus and I were separated as our ship was tossed like a bullet from a sling and crashed upon a great mountain in the middle of the wasted sea. I don't know what happened to the pirates, but all of our crew died, save for me and Lucy. She's quite handy in a pinch, you'll find.
And he gives Lucy a solid pat.
And surely you must be thinking, Pristis, are you mad? There are no mountains in the middle of the wasted sea. Surely you are no more factual than a displacer beast's twin. And in a way, you are right.
That was what I was thinking.
I could see it in your eyes. The mountain turned out to be not a mountain, but rather the largest dragon I have ever laid eyes upon.
Oh!
And I've seen my share. Tartarix was his name, and he was so very grateful for the arrival of myself and Lucy because he had the most agonizing toothache and no mirror large enough in all of Elbor to inspect what was the matter. Well, Lucy and I scaled his scales, climbed his spines, and thumbed his gums, and would you believe it? Lodged between his 188th and 189th tooth was this.
He smacks his hand twice on Lucy's neck, completing this elaborate sort of moves on this console, and a rattling sound like a broken clock sort of reverberates within this sort of brass frame. And one of the dials in the center pops out just a half inch. Pristis removes this dial, and behind it is this sort of shutter orifice, which then rotates open into a larger size. And he turns and sort of presents it to you to look in.
I go look.
You see a barrier of thick glass preventing any access, but from some sort of internal magic in this machine, there's sort of this amber light cast over. And you can see that this compartment is sort of filled with this gelatinous sort of fluid that's nearly transparent, and it suspends its contents in the center of the view. You see what appears to be a large skeleton key. But even within this sort of viscous gelatin, the key is dripping water from itself, and that water is coming back up, sort of defying gravity and enveloping the key once more. The water is floating up above it and dripping and floating back, and it's this sort of constant motion of water around this very large skeleton key as it floats within this containment jelly in Priscus's machine.
Whoa. You know what? I'll give you my whole beard for it.
Oh, this one's not for sale. I just have to share it, you know? I'm so excited about it.
I could see why. I mean, you got like a jelly thing going on.
Oh, yes, this is, Lucy is not all she appears to be.
And he gives you a little wink.
So I use her when I have very valuable stock. Everything else is... I would rather not part with, but if I must, then I can. This... I'm not sure what it's for, but I know it is extremely valuable.
Devin just got it.
Yeah. I'm curious. Was this conversation able to be heard?
Certainly. Yeah.
Okay.
He is not shy about this story.
So as I'm eavesdropping, still working in clock sundial motion over here, can I, out of the corner of my eye, as Prestus, I'm going to assume he repockets it or reputs it. Does he put it back down in the cupboard or like the thing?
His little bag of trinkets?
Can I see where he puts it?
Yeah. It's fairly apparent. He's got this sort of like drawer that kind of shoots out from the console that the bag is within. So he hasn't taken it out. He's just sort of opened up from the drawer.
And what were the parameters or the dimensions of the object?
Of the key, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, so that is not within the thing at all. That is not even visible to you. It's only visible to Zen as he looks through this sort of.
So it's
inside of Lucy's, like, it's basically like where Lucy's sternum is. If you were to look from Lucy's like back muscles, her like shoulder muscles.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you can sort of tell that whatever they're talking about is there somewhere.
It's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all.
Cool.
So concerned.
As you're continuing on this path, you can look out and see that you're well outside the city limits. And the road stretches out normally as the gray sky begins to clear a little. But a horrible smell begins to creep over the walls of this cart.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching. I'm sleeping. So
Do I see anything to correspond with the smell?
We got you on watch.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
At the smell, I think I would maybe peek my eyes open.
We put the wrong person on watch.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
The rolls have been so good today so far.
can do
We're
it
really crushing it.
I don't know.
So that was a natural 3 minus 1 for a 2.
Wow.
What are you looking at?
The thing I'm desperately trying to see the thing that I just eavesdropped the conversation about. Like I'm trying to glean a glimpse
you were
of it.
eagle-eyed previously, but then your attention was diverted by this conversation that you overheard.
I think actually, if I could, fearing if I open my eyes, I'll be discovered and
someone will talk to you.
Could I just use my nose and try and place what the smell is and I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Make a nature check. Yeah.
Okay. Nature, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oof. I also rolled very, very low. That is a 6.
6?
Yeah.
This is not a hard smell to identify, I will say. And as you get closer, it becomes clearer, especially to you, Birdie. This is the smell of death.
Yeah.
You're all able to sort of, I guess, I don't know if you're looking or not at this point. Maybe you do at the...
I probably would open my eyes if I smelled death.
Yeah, you look over, and you can see down the path in front of you. It begins to bend and start to run alongside the Shadow's Ebb River. In fact, the far distance, you start to see the river itself, but it does seem odd from your recollection that the river would be as close to you as it is now. That's not usually where the path meets up with it. Even the miles away that it is from where you're looking. In fact, what you're looking at doesn't even necessarily appear to be the river, but a totally different body of water. But your eyes move closer now to the path more immediately in front of you and to the bend that is about to take, and the bend that's about to take place, rather. And as this stench grows, you see what appears to be deep pits dug on either side of the road.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that the kid's not able to see any of this, or try and make sure he's sitting down inside the cart. Are there like it's a solid wall in this cart?
It's a wall of it's basically like a backing on it's like a U-shaped wall basically, so you can see out the front but not the back.
Okay,
that makes sense. And you could look over pretty easily. It's only 2.5 feet of height.
Yeah. Okay. But the kid is if he's short.
He's little, yeah.
So he's maybe below
he's a little baby.
Little guy.
Yeah, so he can look out in front, but he's not able to see as well as you can.
Okay, I'll just move so that I'm sitting blocking the view of the front, so he's not having to look at any of that.
You're able to do that pretty easily. He clearly is seems like Agella told him to just follow you guys with diligence. So he's sort of responding to any the slightest implication that you're doing. You do start to see as you approach these pits are full of bodies that are, some are wrapped up in fabrics, many aren't. They are bodies of all races. You see young people, you see older people, you see people in Andalian colors, you see people in Kaldorian colors, and you hear a little bit of a scratching sound.
Scratching sound?
On the cart?
No, sort of from the pits, it seems.
Scratching.
Not bode well.
If what's everybody's passive perception?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's 9.
Oh, it's 9? Well, then you don't hear this at all.
No.
Passive perception is 15.
15?
For Wilkes.
Okay.
15 as well.
11.
11. Okay.
18.
Damn.
Nice,
Oh.
I'm perceptive.
Yeah.
I should have been on watch.
So, so Wilkes and Birdie, you look out over this horrific scene. It's on either side of you, and you do sort of see that, despite the stillness of everything in these pits, there is some movement within it.
If I could, I'd like to I will have, now my eyes are open, realizing this and hearing this and expecting the worst. Perhaps just, can we move a little faster?
You find that Priscus has in fact slowed at the sight of this.
I think there might be somebody down there that might need help. Is there any way we just for 5 seconds, I just want to go check and see.
Yes, I didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah.
Rudy, those people are dead.
No, there's something moving over there. I think there might be somebody alive in there.
Or it could be something.
Or it could be somebody that needs help.
How close are we to the pits?
You are probably 15, 20 feet at this point.
I would like to divine sense.
Good.
Okay.
So I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Nice.
Divine sense, dude.
That's not behind total cover.
It's not behind total cover. Wonder what that counts for here.
Is underneath another body
total cover.
Is
yeah.
that the question?
It depends on how many bodies are on top of you.
Huh.
This is morbid.
Yeah.
This is rough.
Are you like pointing out the movement?
Yeah, I think I am.
Within 60 feet, you said?
Yeah,
I'm
within
getting
60
up
feet.
to like go towards it fully.
Okay, so you and what kind of detection does it give you? Like, what's the I guess you see. Is it something that you do with your eyes, or is it more like you're getting?
No, I like gives me the location. I think in my sense,
you're
my
literally
my
just
divine
perceiving
essence.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So you you do detect some undead forces. Not just one. You do sense something in the pit ahead of you, but just one thing. And at the very furthest edge of your sense, a couple more, and then as you get closer, a couple more than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Birdie. They're undead. We should. What W said. We should just go.
Versus, please, if you could speed up.
Yes, yes.
Lucy, and he gives her a tap, and she starts to move a little faster, and then you all hear,
Help!
No, stop the cart.
Please help!
Birdie, I really don't think that's a good idea.
I'm jumping out of the cart.
Bernie, you jump out of the cart. Pris just stops the cart. What are you doing, Birdie?
I'm heading towards whoever it is. I've got my rapier out, and I'm ready to help.
Okay, you look into this pit. Let's have you make an investigation check in this pit of bodies.
Okay. Woohoo. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so you see up ahead, maybe 20 feet into the pit itself, you see something moving that at first it seems like it's just another body. It's got this pallid, damp skin, this hair that's not full any longer. It's sort of like fallen off in places. It's got these hollowed out eyes and these long claws, and it appears to be eating these corpses.
No.
But just in front of you, about 10 feet into the pit, you see beneath a few bodies a dwarf. A sort of, from what you can tell, a younger dwarf, not maybe in his 30s, and looking very. He's armored. He's very afraid,
Yeah.
and he's gripping in his arms another body,
Oh, dear gosh.
and he looks at you with eyes wide.
Just stay still. I'm gonna come and get you, okay? And it's the corpse guy that's eating bodies. Is his back to us, or is he
It
like?
is.
It is okay.
He's sort of his like left shoulder is to you. He's looking out toward the west, sort of toward the northwest, and you're coming from the south.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna creep down there and try it as carefully as I can.
I have
Definitely
a
jump.
question.
Okay.
Okay.
So the cart is stopped. Birdie jumped out.
Mhm.
I would like to look in that general direction and just like, what do I see? The direction that Birdie ran. What do I see? Them go over the hill, or do I lose sight of them? Or
It's pretty. You're at a sort of higher elevation.
because we're
right
on
now.
the cart, or
Yeah, so you can see them. You can see them very well.
do I see them? Also, do I notice the dwarf? Do I notice this creature? Or is that because they're closer? I don't.
They can see them better. I think you can tell that there's movement.
Okay.
You can, if you would like to make a
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
to see what you see.
What kind of check would that be?
Let's go investigation.
Investigation. Okay. 7.
Nice.
But I know
Can't
that
quite make out, but you do from previously. You know there's some movement in there, and it seems like Birdie is not trying to save a monster from this pit.
They're going to do something. So
They're going to do something.
Reluctantly, I will like stand up in the cart and just kind of remove take my bow and kind of get an arrow notched and kind of get to the back of the cart for a better vantage point to keep an eye on Birdie and kind of just like reluctantly give her some backup. And I will notch an arrow and kind of just like I'll just ready an arrow just in case something.
You're staying on the cart?
I think so. If I feel like I'm not going to be able to back them up effectively, I will then maneuver off the cart.
There's a little bit of like if you had to like go wide, for example, the wall's high enough that it might be kind of difficult.
Okay.
But from where you are, you're pretty confident.
Okay. If I feel comfortable where I'm at on the cart, I'll just stay there.
Okay.
If I feel like I lose sight of them or whatever, then I might reposition.
Mm-hmm. As you do, Shoka like shuffles up just behind, like it's like he's like staying in lockstep with you.
I will actually turn, just stay hidden on the cart. Get down.
What's going on?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Hey, W. I got this. And I look to like Shoka between you and Shoka and like, I can do it.
Do what, Harlan?
I can make sure he's good.
Shoka? Harlan.
Okay.
I try to contain my excitement. And I pat the seat next to me like,
And Shoka dutifully sits down next to you.
And I will keep an eye on Birdie as they continue. What is Birdie's pronouns?
She, her.
She, her? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, and then I will keep an eye on her.
The moment Birdie left the cart, I followed.
Okay.
I figured.
yeah.
You guys
I'm
head down.
there.
Yeah.
And I will, in fact, cast protection from evil and good.
Nice.
That's so
Good,
nice.
What does that look like?
I was about to
Oh,
say
yeah.
the same thing.
Tell us,
I
paint us a
love
word
spell
picture.
description.
Yeah.
Love it.
I have my hand on her, and as she goes, I trust her, so I follow. I kind of keep my hand on her as she runs out of the cart. With my other hand, I reach into my beard and grab one of my little trinkets, which has a little bit of like dust on it, which happens, I know, to be iron dust.
Okay.
And I blow it at her as I mutter the words to the spell.
Cool.
And now until the spell ends in 10 minutes, if I concentrate on it, you are protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Nice.
That's sick.
Very nice.
I love it.
Very nice. You also, for the record, did get the light wand.
Oh, swell.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You've got light.
You've got light, should you need it.
That's cool.
Nice.
Birdie, what are you doing?
I'm just like, I'm probably gonna sheath my weapon and try and just gingerly pick my way down as carefully and quietly as I can, and just try and like get the guy out from under the bodies.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay. Ooh, that's really good. That's a 23.
23.
Yeah.
You are able to creep. This is it's pretty like damp floor to this sort of rolling hills that's just outside of Addersfeld. So you're able to sort of take these very, very quiet steps to make your way down this slope into this pit, and you're able to reach undiscovered this dwarf, and he attempts to shuffle this other body that he's holding to you.
Slowly. Wait, are we taking the body?
He's alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and help carry the body, I guess.
I'm gonna say, as the two of you attempt to extricate both this conscious dwarf and this unconscious one,
Yeah.
make a strength check at advantage.
Okay. I'm not very strong.
Where did Zen go?
I think I hung back when you...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just outside the
You're
car.
getting ready to help.
Wherever Birdie was standing when she said, I'm going to come help you,
Mhm.
I stayed there. I'm watching the demon thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I've definitely unsheathed my weapon.
yeah.
The same roll.
Nice.
So it was a 16, but it's a 15.
Nice. The two of you, this sort of burly, rather handsome dwarf, are able to lift this this other dwarf that is you can see now that you're closer, They're wearing the blue and silver colors of Caldor. You can see the symbol of a emblazoned on their armor, this city on top of a hammer. And you're able to, fortunately, with mustering your strength, quietly lift this body out of the pit.
Mm.
Thank you. He needs help.
Zen?
Yeah, coming.
Healing? Can you help?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna head over and try to help.
Okay. What are you doing to help?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I see? I'm gonna head over there and try to assess this injured person.
Mm-hmm. Make a medicine check.
Cool. It's gonna be 6.
6.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, they are unconscious. This dwarf. It does look like they've been in battle, and that is probably the reason that they are unconscious. But they are alive, from what you can tell.
Are they looking like on the edge of death, or I can't tell?
I think it's pretty easy to judge. Yeah, it seems pretty bad.
Okay, I'll put my hands on their chest and kind of close my eyes and just try to sense calm a little bit, and I will give them 5 hit points.
Okay. You do this, and they, their body shudders, and you can see that sweat is pouring out over their forehead, and this dwarf's eyes sort of limply lift. You can see he's not quite rising to consciousness, but you have definitely gotten this dwarf away from death's door. And this handsome dwarf in armor looks at you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. My name's Oxyan. Oxyan Nightborn.
It's good to meet you. Like, not right here. It's not.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we get aboard?
Yeah. Let's head that way. I suppose.
And
trust Birdie.
you all stealthily head over this way.
Yeah.
Oh, are we stealthing?
As best we can.
I don't know.
Please,
Are you?
please. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
Please,
okay.
guys, don't see us.
Do they have to make rolls too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Let's roll high.
Oh, okay. I roll at disadvantage, but it's gonna be a 15.
Okay. That's good.
I rolled a nat 20
That's 20.
That's not good.
for a 26.
Oxyan rolled a crit fail.
Does the 20 balance it out?
Not the hot dude. Not the hot dude being not stealthy.
Hot people have to be able to stealth. It's a rule.
No, it's because everyone's too busy looking at them. That's why.
That's why we did so well.
Never
That's
had
no.
Did the demon creature's just like, damn.
It's like, oh.
I can't take my eyes away.
Hello. I'm gonna eat you up. Literally.
I felt this magnetism and had to turn around.
No.
You rolled a nat 20.
I rolled a nat 20.
And what did you get again?
A 15.
15.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. I'll say that. I'll say those balance out. That makes
Nice.
sense. So yeah, you
Nice.
are able, undiscovered. This thing's really enjoying its meal. You can as it's devouring this flesh and bone. You start to hear the snapping of bones as it's
Oh.
drinking the marrow out of this stuff. And you're welcome for that.
Yeah. Let's go.
But you are able to stealthily get Oxyan and his companion over too. You can see that from Oxyan's armor. He's got this luscious red beard, and it's sort of studded chainmail. It's like studded leather with a chainmail underneath, and but there's no markings of any kind of guild or army or anything on him. As you're able to get this other dwarf over to the cart, and Priscus looks down at you, just terrified.
What are you doing?
We gotta get them out of here, if that's okay.
You're going to put a Chaldean soldier on my cart.
What would you have us do?
It's
Just till we
suppose
get
it's
out of here.
Up to you. I just think it's worth being sure that's what we want to do.
Don't
W?
really think he's gonna hurt. I mean, he's real injured.
We
they're
can't
real
leave him
injured.
behind.
Does he have any money on him?
Do you have any money on you?
Oxian looks aghast and sort of like touches his coin purse.
Yes, I have, would 10 gold pieces do? No, all right.
And Priscus lowers the ladder once
Dude.
more for you all to climb and get this body aboard.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, when Pressus was saying those things, did it seem like he was I don't know, is he not like Caldorian people? Is that what I was getting? Is like he's
Make an insight check.
let me see here. Skills. That is 15.
15?
Mhm.
It seems to you, reading Priscus's expression, that this isn't about disdain for Caldor.
Okay.
It's about fear of what it means to have somebody wearing Caldorian colors while you're in Ondalian territory.
Right. And I would pick on, like, I would realize that, like, I would put that together.
You'd be able to tell it wasn't like prejudice that he was displaying, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
That is more just fear.
This entire time, I just want to clarify, I have a spell ready and my hand has been on Shoka's shoulder. Just ready in case. And and the moment that we seem to like, if we're going to move or we're going to carry these people, I keep my hand on his shoulder as long as he lets me.
Shoka turns to you and,
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, I think we're probably picking up some stragglers because like they need help or something. I don't know. It seems kind of silly to me. But I'm just going to keep my hand here. And you're real good at hiding, right? This is going to help you hide real good.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Why are we gonna have to hide?
Well, we might not have to, but we might have to. Does that make sense?
No.
So if we do have to, trust me, you'll know, and just stay close to me. But if we don't have to, we're just going to hang out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and Priscus, looking over at this body that you all are taking aboard, has like a little bit of, you can see the thought in his eyes, the concern, and he turns to the console and he starts to flip a couple levers and hits a button, and the compartment adjacent to the one that he pulled the boots out of opens up in the floor in front of you.
Maybe put him down there.
What's down there?
It's just an empty compartment.
Why would we need to do that?
To hide him.
Right. I'll look to the group.
Yeah.
I guess this is what we're doing. Birdie, why?
I don't know. I just can't leave people to just die.
We might not have even known. We could have just kept going. He might have been fine. You could have been fine. And I'm going to look at the handsome dwarf.
Going to be fine. I was moving through the shattered timberland, and I came out and I saw the bodies, and I looked through them and saw that there was one alive, and I went down to grab him. But the moment I got into the pit, things started to show up.
Okay, but you're
We
a
were not gonna
soldier,
be-
right?
This
I'm
isn't
not a soldier. I'm an adventurer
Why do you look like that then?
with armor.
Yeah.
You have to wear armor to survive.
I look down at myself. I don't know. I'm still here.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for me. So, okay, if you're an adventurer and you have armor and stuff, why didn't you fight the thing?
I was able to scare one off, but then more started coming, so we hid.
You hid like under dead bodies.
Wasn't a lot of other places to go.
I mean, you're here now. There's nothing we can do. Let's just, it's fine. Whatever.
Do you lower the body into this compartment?
If it seems like it'll help Prestis like move the fucking cart. Yeah, I just want to get things moving. So if it seems like that's gonna make him happy, I'll help put it down there.
He does seem
Actually,
to be
I'll take a peek through. I'll look in there first.
Okay.
I'd like to look in to see what we're dropping this person into.
It does look like it'll be pretty cramped, but it is, for all intents and purposes, just a sort of like
Storage
trunk.
area?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems like Priscus has these areas in this cart that are designed to carry objects that are hidden. And so he's opened this up to put this body into.
I'll turn to Zen. Does he fine? Is he going to be past, like, dying down there?
I mean, I don't think so. It's definitely not undead.
Right, but he's not
just
on death.
close to death.
He's not on death's door anymore.
I don't think so.
Right.
I'm pretty sure no.
Right.
But like
the confidence is reassuring.
I guess what I'm wondering is like, if he died down there, would you be really upset?
I would.
You're right. I would really.
You don't want to be carrying a dead body in my cart.
I mean, we'd take it out.
I could be like
when
more
he
sure.
dies.
Maybe be more sure.
Okay, but like then I wouldn't potentially get to be more sure about you later.
Me?
What?
Like if we saw another dead body or like there's like a bunch of undead up there.
Right.
I'll like put my hands on him again and do the same thing that I did before, except for I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
Pretend to
I'm
heal
gonna
the
pretend to lay on hands.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I believe that? Like they're laying.
Do you? I
don't know if I would
You want
know.
to make
You know, yeah.
I don't know if I would know what the magic would look like, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, do you want to make a check?
I don't think it matters. I mean, if it seems like that would be something that I believe, then yeah, I'm just like,
You
I
want
mean,
to
you're
believe
able. You
it.
want to believe. Yeah. You're so eager to move that you're just like, okay, yeah.
I see
Take your word
him
for it.
do that, and I'm just like, all right, let's get moving, Precious. Put him in.
Very sure.
Good. Let's start with that.
Jolly good.
And Priscus once more pats Lucy, and Lucy,
Lower the guy down into the thing, and
this thing, slides shut over top of him, and Oxyon just looks exhausted, just like sits down against the wall and slumps.
Thank you. I don't know what we would have done if he hadn't shown up.
Yeah.
don't mention it.
Well, you would have died.
Okay, I don't think
He would have died.
Yeah, but I don't think he meant it literally.
That's
like he doesn't know what would happen.
He's like, I didn't
Probably
know.
true.
You said you didn't know. Why'd you say it like that if you know?
Well, I would have fought, but I guess
Well, apparently that wasn't an option, or you would have done it.
that's where I started, and then it didn't seem to be a good idea. Why are you so hostile?
Because, do you get the scenario in which we found you?
Yes, but
I don't trust you. Do you trust me?
not anymore.
I really don't know how you've lived this long if you trust people upon first sight. That's really concerning for me.
Well, when they help us, then
She
I
helped
do.
you. She did. And I point to
Well.
Birdie. She helped. She was nice. She was good. She did the honorable thing. I
Okay.
wanted to stay in the cart. Trust her.
Oxyon looks to you, Birdie.
Yeah, I suppose you can trust me.
Why'd you
Maybe.
say it like that? You just
I don't know. You made me really nervous because you started saying all these things about me, and I feel like I don't live up to that. But I don't know.
I wanted to stay in the cart and keep moving. And you were like, oh, we had to be heroic. and
Well,
save people
because we
lives."
can't leave a person behind. How could you live with yourself if you kept going and you knew somebody was going to die back there?
Birdie, people have left me behind more times than I can count on my hands. I've left people behind more times
Did
than
you
I can
not
count on my
feel
hands.
bad
and
when
toes.
people left you behind? Did you not hate that?
That's the name of the game. It's called survival.
Yeah, but sometimes you can help people survive.
How's that been going for you?
pretty damn good, actually.
Well, okay, this is one tally. I don't know you very
yeah,
well.
I did a really good job just now, so I think it's like pretty good.
Is the cart moving?
Going back and forth between the two. The cart is moving. As you are having this conversation, Wilkes and Zan, if you're looking out as well, you see just off in the distance as you begin to get closer to the water, a series of horses with men in Ondalian garb mounted atop them. And as your cart begins to approach, you hear, "Oh there!" And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, no!
Can't wait to see you all next week.
We messed up.
Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
Hey nerds, Devin here. If you're enjoying Venture Forth, please like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're using, and make sure to tell your friends. If you're interested in going the extra mile, please check out our Patreon link in our description to support the show and get access to exclusive bonus content. Bye, nerds.